Hello Aries, welcome to your April 2020 reading, and what an April we're moving into. So it's going to be really interesting, meditating on the energy on a global level. It's really quite a heavy, intense energy. There's a lot happening on a global level as well. So April's going to be an interesting month for all of you. As to what unfolds, what are you learning, what is coming up for you as well. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Aries. It's a reading for Aries sun, rising and moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. They will add more detail and depth to your reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your support. So let's have a look at what's unfolding for you for the month of April. Also, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there, which is going to be a reading that's specific to you. So let's have a look in these very interesting times that we are living in, what is going to unfold for you for the month of April. What I'm hearing here is there's a tremendous amount of learning that's coming up for you in April. There's a learning on many different levels for each of you. It's going to be interesting times. Let's have a look at what's coming up here. You're coming from a place of you've been planning. So, you know, in February, March, January, February, March, there have been months of planning for you, planning your next move, planning the direction you're taking, financial planning, new projects, so different, you know, new things that are coming up for you, new ideas to do with income, to do with money, to do with finances, but it's laying down plans, laying down foundations. For some of you, it could be the 5-year plan that is unfolding here for you. This is where you've come from. You know what you want. You know what future you want. You know what you're planning towards. You know what you want to have unfold. And so it's about laying down those plans, making those plans to create the future that you're wanting. So as we come into April, what's coming up for you? You've got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is very much about... there's choices and decisions here for you to make. There's going to be a different way of doing things. You were traveling down your path, but you've been confronted now with choices, with decisions, with which path are you going to take? What are you going to do? How is your life going to change? Is it going to stay the same? What changes are you going to bring in? What changes are you going to make in your life? So there's a lot of decisions and choices here for you to make. There are choices and decisions about how you work, where you work, when you work, ideas that you want to put in place. It's time for action. It's time for really balancing out and assessing what it is you want from life, how it is you want to earn your money, what jobs you want to do, how you want to do them. So there's a reassessment, there's a balancing, there's a weighing of ideas, there's a weighing of a project that you might want to put in place, and how that's going to impact on your life. What is it going to bring to your life? And it's about also making these decisions and changes for a new future. It's about making these decisions and changes for a new future, but also moving along this path unencumbered. So there's things that you're leaving behind in moving forward. And it can be thought patterns, behaviors, attitudes, baggage from the past that you're offloading in order to move forward. And when you do that, these opportunities are going to come to you where you can make choices here in April, or it's coming up around you. And that is going to be a very, very positive thing for you because it's crossed with the sun. So anything that comes up for you, any choices, any decisions that you're going to make, any changes you want to bring into your life, and it can be in the form of a new job, a different way of working, a new business you want to start, whatever it is that's coming up for you that is bringing in changes, that is involving decisions and choices. The choices are always yours in the choices that you make, but the results are going to be absolutely amazing for you. It's crossed by the sun, so it's going to be, if you're weighing out facts before you make a decision, everything's going to come to light. There's nothing hidden, there's nothing sinister, there's nothing there that you need to concern yourself about. The sun also is speaking of positive progress being made, a forward movement being made, which is going to be really beneficial for you. So anything that comes, that is put in place, and the way these changes come about, for some of you, you're going to look at it and think, you know, life isn't going the way you wanted, and oh, you know, it's not great. But things are happening around you for a reason. Things are pushing you towards making choices and decisions about your lifestyle, about you, about the jobs you're doing, or job you're doing, how you're living your life, the choices that you're making. Those changes that you're going to bring in are going to be very beneficial for you. You're going to see absolutely positive results from those decisions and choices. It's like, you know, you're no longer able to travel down the road that you've been traveling on in the past. It is now time for a change. It's splitting here. There's a split. There's a time for decisions. It's crunch time here for you, and that's coming up for you in April. You've also got the Five of Wands. There's a lot of wands here for you. Five of Wands, and this is a playful sort of obstacles. It's a playful and supported sort of situation where if there are hurdles for you to jump, if there are obstacles that are coming, if there are difficult times ahead, you're not unsupported. There is support there for you. But any obstacles that come up for you, you're going to be able to overcome them. Now, this is in the position of the subconscious, and so this is their internal battles that you're going through, internal decisions that you're making, internal. You know, this could be getting rid of baggage, you know, getting rid of thought patterns, getting rid of memories that no longer serve you, times from the past that have hurt you, that have not been easy for you to overcome. It's about moving those on, and looking at those, reflecting on these things, and there's support there for you in that process. It's not a process that you're undergoing on your own, but in order to move forward, there's got to be this reflection. There's got to be this inner subconscious sort of stirring, where you're reevaluating things in your life, where you're reevaluating how you do things, who's around you, what future you want, how you're going to be moving forward. That's going to be a really positive thing. That's going to be a really positive thing for you. So I really like that. And, you know, this reassessment, the reevaluation, is also part of this. You know, we're all in this sort of restricted movement situation. And so if you're in that situation, it's also, that gives you time to reflect. It gives you time to slow down and to reflect about what it is you want and what choices you want to make, and what points of difference you're going to bring into your life. Interesting times. And you've got the Ace of Cups, and this is new emotional beginnings, and this can be new personal emotional beginnings for you. This self-love, self-worth, self-appreciation, so that you can move forward with what you want. The changes that are coming in, like the phases of the moon. You know, the moon denotes the subconscious, the shadow self. What changes are happening here for you on an emotional level that is going to be a new start for you, a new opening for you, a new way of looking at things on a personal level, for you on a subconscious level. It's showing self-love, knowing what it is you want to pursue on an emotional level. It can also be new emotional beginnings, new friendships, new relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's a new start in that relationship, a deeper understanding of each other in that relationship. It could be the completion of a relationship and moving into another new relationship. So there's a transition transition here, a new start, a new beginning here for you. So it's got many different meanings for all of you, but nonetheless, it is a new emotional start that's coming up around you. Whether it's your self-love or a new relationship, you're just going to be feeling so much better about yourself. That's going to be quite a significant part of April. This, it could be this self-reflection and these new choices that are coming up for you. These choices that you can make, decisions you're needing to make. And it can be on an emotional level, on a romantic level, on a connection that you have with someone on that emotional level, someone that's significant in your life. What decisions and choices are you making? What changes are you bringing in? So that's going to be interesting times for you, because that also then leads you to so many wands for you, Aries. You've got the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is about see, there's new opportunities coming here. There's new horizons. To me, the boat is always about your journey. That's your ship. That's that you travel in this lifetime. And it's sturdy. It's taking you to new shores. It's taking you to new places. And that's you personally looking at things differently. And in this time of isolation where we have time to self-reflect, to slow things down. There's a positive that comes out of that. When you have lemons, you make lemonade. Get have that time of quiet, of spending time with yourself, self-reflection. What do you want to do? What changes do you want to bring in? There's new opportunities coming up here for you. There's new ways of doing things that are coming up for you as well. New work too. For some of you, this is new work, new opportunities, new decisions. There's a level of excitement here with what the future holds. It's going to lead to a very positive change around you. So it's quite exciting. Quite. You're so ready to move on from where you've been to where you're going. There's communication with over water, overseas. There's communications, connections, something you feel passionate about. This is following your life's purpose. So these are opportunities here to put into place things that you feel passionate about, following and pursuing your life's purpose. And when you do that, things are just going to start falling into place. So I really like what's coming up for you. It's a peaceful sort of tranquil energy. Things are just going to unfold for you, which I really like. Takes you to the next card of the World. And the World here is, the world is your oyster. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What life purpose do you want to put in place? What have you always wanted to do and never had the time to do it? Well, now there's the time to do it. Doing things in a different way. Anything that you choose to instigate in April is going to be very, very successful, because don't forget, you've also got the Sun here. So whatever it is you want to start up in April, it's a really good time to start that up. Any plans you want to make, any decisions you want to make, it's a good time to make those plans and make those decisions, because they will evolve into something global, something big. So when I have the World here, to me, it's something that's going to evolve into something more than what you're starting out as, something more than what you're implementing. And that can be on a personal level, it can be on a business level. It's any plans you want to make in April are going to be very fruitful for you. They're going to be very productive and bring in the financial rewards that you're seeking. I feel like there's a real sort of ingenious thought pattern here. You're going to be really inspired to do something, put something in place, start something new. So there's a level of excitement that goes with that as well as that. You've also got the Star, and the Star is asking you to self-reflect. Spend some time in self-reflection. Spend some time in personal growth. Spend some time to really understand what you're wanting and what you need to bring into your life. And you know, we're always really busy and distracted with everyday things, with going to work, coming home. We are so busy all the time, we don't have time to self-reflect. Well, here in this time of, you know, the coronavirus and the isolation, we have time to self-reflect. We have time to think about what our deepest desires are, what we've always wanted to do, reconnect with your desires, of your plans, of where you wanted to be, what you wanted to do, what you want to see unfold, and where you want to go, and how you're going to make that happen. I also get a sense of it's time to start journaling as well, my lovely Arians. Put your ideas down, write them out, write your inner thoughts out. Really pay attention to that. The star also speaks of, because stars are up high, and to me, things, you know, being up high on that level, it's about having a different perspective. When we're up high, we have a different perspective on how we see things, and so this is asking you too to change your perspective on life, on how you're working, what you're doing, what you're wanting, what plans you've made. It's about a change of perspective. For some of you, there's a move here. If you're moving out, you're moving out of the city into the country, you're moving out into bigger areas, having a complete lifestyle change. So there's revelations that are going to come through for you, my lovely Aries, in the month of April, which is going to be really significant. It's about taking time out and changing perspective. Changing your perspective on things, because it's totally in your ability to manifest whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, bring into your life whatever it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. You know, coupled with the sun and the world, what's holding you back? Absolutely nothing. So really dare to dream, really go within, really self-reflect to bring out what your desires are, and really on an emotional level, and your emotions are certainly going to be there in April. That's how we manifest. We manifest on an emotional level. We manifest on an emotional level. Not thinking, not in our minds, but in our hearts, in our emotions. And you can create and bring into your future what it is you're wanting, moving forward to a future that you are wanting to create, a future that is going to be different, a future that is going to bring you more satisfaction, a future that is, you know, changing your perspective on what you're doing, how you're living. There's just going to be an appreciation of bringing in that change. It's almost like the past is not going to fit you anymore. It's just not going to fit. That shoe is not going to fit. So don't force your foot into it. You know, it's just coming to a realization of what you want out of life and where you want to be. And it's interesting because we finished the month off with the Hermit. The Hermit's always a really interesting card. The Hermit speaks of isolation. Well, you know, aren't we all in isolation? It speaks of really having a self-investigation, self-analysis, which is going to be really important for you in April. The Hermit speaks of transformation, about knowing what you think, your inner workings, your inner desires, what you're thinking, what direction you want to move in. It's about withdrawing within yourself. And, you know, this is just so telling here of the times. Withdrawing within yourself, soul searching, working out what it is you want to do, working out how it is you want to work, what's going to unfold for you, what no longer fits or suits you, what path are you going to be walking on, which is the very beginning. The first card that you got in this reading is choices. Which path are you going to walk? What changes are you going to bring into your life? Journaling is going to be really important for you, my lovely Aries, and really investigating the self, analysing the self, coming to your own realizations without the influence of others, without that influence that's around you, that is going to, without the distractions. So it's going to be interesting times because it's going to set you up for May as well. So April is going to be that sort of emotional connection month of making decisions, month of making choices. Anything that you touch is going to be really, really good for you. It's just going to work for you. You're going to be really successful in whatever it is you choose to put in place, whatever changes you choose to bring about. Meditation is going to be really important this month, and meditation in whatever form you want it to take. You know, it's self-reflection, it's journaling, it's getting lost in your own thoughts, it's visualization, whatever it is for you. Traditional meditation, yoga, they're all mediums we can use to really help us go within, to still the mind, to focus in on the body and our inner desires. It's interesting what comes to the surface when we do that, when we take the time to do that. And that's what you're going to find in April, that things are going to come to the surface for you, and you're going to think, wow, I haven't had that memory in a while. I wonder where that's come from. What do I need to look at or learn from that situation? Oh, that just fell out. And so really good month for that. These are the Angels of Abundance cards. Let's see what you have here. Have courage to ask for and accept help, which is, you know, this card here speaks of that. Anything that you're going to be going through, anything that is going to come that you need to deal with in April, there is help there for you. There is assistance there for you. You're not going through it on your own or unsupported. So let's read this here. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, God, universe, source, whatever that is for you, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. And so that's going to be your mantra for April, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm going to give you the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Let's see what that's got to say for you for the month of April, my lovely Aries. Teach. You've got teach. Teach is your word, so that it's teaching by example. It's giving assistance to those that need it, giving support. And often we teach people through our words of wisdom. Our actions speak louder than words. And it's about, you've got a dog there, which is, loyal, teaching loyalty and teaching unconditional love that dogs have. What words of wisdom, what assistance can you give others? How can you help and assist and teach others? So in what you're learning this month, how can you then pass that on as well? So you have a lot to offer, a lot to give to other people that you can put in place, my lovely Aries. I hope that's been of help for you in this month, in the month of April, in these trying times that we find ourselves in. But it's also, the self-isolation is also really good for our personal growth. It's really stopping humanity to stop and reflect and self-analyze and become self-aware and really reassess what we do and how we do it, how we treat others, the importance of relationships when you can't have access to them as often as you would like. There's a lot of things that we're learning here, and there's a lot of things that you can teach as well, my lovely Arians. So stay safe. Stay healthy. This too will pass. And, as globally, we will get through it. Mother Earth has really thrown her hands up in the air and thought, no, it's time to take drastic measures so that humanity learns. So what are we needing to learn? Let's reflect on that and let's learn from that and let's grow from that, because there's decisions that you're needing to make that are going to come from this. So many, many blessings to you, my lovely Aries. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there. Stay safe. Much love, many blessings.